Did you know that Stoic philosophers said, respect can never be asked for, it must be earned? However, there are some toxic habits that become the biggest obstacles in our path to earning respect. These habits deeply affect our mindset and behavior, which is why we may never receive true respect. But, by freeing ourselves from these habits, true respect and peace will enter our lives. Today, we will learn about 6 toxic habits that, if not let go of, will prevent you from ever gaining true respect. Watch the video completely and learn how releasing these habits can change your life. If you want to follow this philosophy, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the video. So, let's begin with those toxic habits. Habit number 1. Blaming others for everything, the silent killer of self-respect. In difficult situations, many of us quickly say, "It's because of them. The situation wasn't in my favor. I had no control over it." This mindset quietly blocks our personal growth and slowly diminishes the respect others have for us. According to Stoic philosophy, we should only focus on what lies within our control. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus said, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them." Epictetus. In essence, it's not external events that harm us, it's how we perceive and react to them that truly matters. Why is this habit so harmful? When you constantly shift the blame onto others, you're avoiding responsibility for your own actions. People begin to notice. They realize you lack the courage to accept fault and the maturity to grow from it. This mindset is not only unproductive, it's a sign of a weak and fragile character. Stoicism teaches us that developing strong character is one of life's greatest achievements. But that journey begins only when we learn to admit our mistakes. How to let go of this habit, the Stoic way. 1. Ask yourself, what was my part in this? In every situation, take a moment to reflect. Growth begins the moment you stop blaming and start owning your choices. 2. Practice control over your responses. Stoicism reminds us that while we cannot control outside events, we can always control how we respond to them. So the next time you feel like blaming someone, pause and ask, what can I do differently next time? 3. See accountability as a sign of strength. Admitting your fault is not weakness, it's a sign of courage, wisdom, and leadership. People respect those who take ownership of their actions. A timeless Stoic quote to remember. Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. Epictetus. Let your actions reflect your beliefs. When you take responsibility for your life, people will notice your strength, without you saying a word. Why letting go of this habit earns you respect? People will see you as mature, grounded, and dependable. Your sense of responsibility will inspire trust and admiration. You'll be seen as someone with emotional intelligence and leadership potential. And once you start taking charge of your life, instead of blaming others, you'll find that respect doesn't just come, it stays. Blaming others only creates distance between you and your growth. Take responsibility for your life. Embrace the teachings of Stoicism. Shape your character through self-awareness and discipline. Then, and only then, will you earn the kind of respect that lasts. Habit number 2. Getting involved in useless talk, a subtle enemy of wisdom and respect. Engaging in gossip, rumors, and meaningless chatter is completely contrary to the principles of Stoicism. Time is our most valuable resource, and wasting it on trivial conversations only distances us from self-mastery. A calm, composed, and mature person speaks less, and understands more. Such individuals don't seek attention through words, they earn respect through their quiet wisdom. The Stoics believe that our speech should be intentional, measured, and aligned with virtue. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." Marcus Aurelius. In other words, don't talk about goodness, live it. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Why is this habit harmful? It distracts you from meaningful pursuits. It drains your mental energy. It exposes a lack of self-control and discipline. When you're constantly caught up in idle conversations, people begin to see you as superficial and unreliable. And in a world that values depth and clarity, shallow talk earns no true respect. How to let go of this toxic habit, the Stoic way. 1. Practice mindful speech. Before speaking, ask yourself, is this true? Is this necessary? Is this helpful? If the answer is no, stay silent. Silence can be far more powerful than empty words. 2. Surround yourself with thoughtful people. The people around you shape your conversations. Choose company that uplifts your mind, not fills it with noise. 3. Redirect your focus. Use your time to read, reflect, observe, and improve. The less you speak unnecessarily, the more powerful your presence becomes. A Stoic quote to live by. Silence is a lesson learned from the many sufferings of life. Seneca. True wisdom doesn't shout, it whispers through quiet confidence. Why letting go of this habit earns you respect. People will begin to notice the depth in your words. Your silence will be seen as strength, not weakness. Your maturity and clarity of thought will set you apart in any crowd. When you value your words, others begin to value your voice. Let go of meaningless talk. Speak less, but with purpose. Embrace the Stoic path of stillness, thoughtfulness, and control. And in doing so, you will not only earn respect, you will radiate wisdom. Habit number 3. Becoming a slave to your emotions, the path to losing control over yourself. Anger, frustration, jealousy, if you cannot control them, they will begin to control you. Once emotions take control, you lose mastery over your own life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that you must control your reactions and emotions, or they will control you. The famous philosopher Epictetus said, "We cannot control external circumstances, but we can always control our response to them." Epictetus. In other words, your emotions are your responsibility. If you fail to control them, they will control you. Why is this habit dangerous? When you cannot control your emotions, you lose clarity and neutrality. Emotions like anger, jealousy, and frustration cloud your judgment, leading you to make decisions that can harm your relationships and goals. And in the process, you begin to surrender your power to external circumstances. Stoicism teaches us that true freedom lies in mastering our inner world, so that nothing external can disturb our peace of mind. How to break free from this toxic habit, the Stoic way. 1. Pause before reacting. When you feel anger or frustration building up, take a moment to pause. This brief pause allows you to reflect on your response before acting impulsively. 2. Practice emotional detachment. Your emotions do not define you. Accept them as natural, but separate yourself from them. By observing your emotions without attachment, you regain control. 3. Focus on what is within your control. You cannot control how others behave, but you can control your reaction to them. Shift your focus to your own response and self-improvement, rather than trying to change others or external circumstances. A Stoic quote to remember. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. Epictetus. In other words, if you cannot control your emotions, how can you expect to lead your life successfully? Mastery over oneself is the key to true freedom. Why letting go of this habit earns you respect. People will respect your emotional stability and your ability to stay calm under pressure. Your responses will become more thoughtful, and others will begin to trust your judgment. You will become known as someone who is mature, dependable, and responsible. When you control your emotions, you take control of your life. Do not let your emotions rule you. Practice emotional awareness and control. Follow the Stoic path of self-mastery. And you will earn respect, not only from others but also from yourself. Habit number 4. Chasing external praise, the path to gaining true respect. Stoic philosophers used to say, external praise is fleeting, but moral character is everlasting. No matter how much you chase external praise and recognition, it will eventually fade. However, your moral character, your values, and the respect you earn through your righteous actions will remain with you forever. Live your life according to your inner values, not external praise. This will create a strong foundation that helps you live a fulfilling life and gain self-respect. When you live with integrity, you will earn respect not just from yourself, but also from society. The Stoic philosopher Seneca said, "One who understands their own worth never chases external praise." Seneca. This clearly suggests that external praise or recognition should not be our life's ultimate goal. True respect and happiness come from our moral character and self-respect. Why is this habit dangerous? Chasing external praise disconnects us from our true self-worth. It makes us dependent on our image and social approval, which weakens our self-confidence. Even when we do receive external praise, it is temporary and fleeting. Stoicism teaches us to base our happiness on internal values, not on external recognition. The constant chase for praise leads to a fragile sense of self-worth, as it depends on the approval of others. How to break free from this toxic habit, the Stoic way. 1. Establish your own moral values. Build your confidence based on your own values. Stay true to your moral decisions and actions. Live by your inner values rather than seeking external praise. 2. Refrain from seeking unnecessary praise. Working to gain praise from others can distract your focus. When you learn to take pride in your work and actions for their own sake, external praise becomes irrelevant. 3. Build self-confidence. Trust in your actions and don't feel the pressure to prove yourself to others. Do what is right and true, not for external validation, but for your inner peace. A Stoic quote to remember. One must have peace and self-confidence within themselves, then neither external praise nor criticism will have any impact on them. Marcus Aurelius. In other words, do not accept external praise or criticism as the defining force in your life. Instead, base your life on your inner peace and values. Why letting go of this habit earns you respect. People will respect you because you are grounded in your true values, not in the pursuit of external praise. Your honest and authentic life will build trust and respect from others. Your self-esteem will grow because you know that you are living in accordance with what is right, not for the approval of others. The more you chase external praise, the farther you move from gaining true respect. Stoicism teaches us that true respect comes when we live for ourselves, above the need for external validation or criticism. Stop chasing external praise. Have confidence in your moral character and live your life accordingly. By following Stoic philosophy, you will gain true respect and self-esteem, which will never diminish. Habit number 5. Indecisiveness and lack of confidence, the path to true leadership. A person who cannot remain firm in their decisions is never seen as a true leader. Stoic philosophy says, when you know the truth, do not fear. Courage is the foundation of honor. When you remain firm in your decisions, no external doubts or influences can sway you. A true leader is someone who can make the right decision at the right time and stands firm in that decision. Why is this habit harmful? Indecisiveness and lack of confidence create uncertainty in your thoughts and actions. This uncertainty breeds confusion and doubt in others, sending the message that you lack clarity and direction. As a result, people begin to lose trust in you, and you miss opportunities for leadership. Stoicism teaches us that making clear decisions and having self-confidence is the foundation of personal growth and leadership. Fear and indecision only weaken your power and obstruct your path. How to overcome this habit, according to Stoicism. 1. Define your values and principles. Build your self-confidence by aligning your decisions with your deep values. When you know which path you are on, making decisions becomes easier and more natural. 2. Face your fears and take action. Fear often arises from the unknown, but once you take action, you will see that the fear was exaggerated. Courage comes from confronting that unknown and taking steps forward. 3. learn from experience. Not every decision may be successful, but each decision teaches you something valuable. Learn from your past decisions, understand where you succeeded and where you failed, and use that experience to make confident decisions going forward. A valuable Stoic quote to remember. The most powerful weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. William James. This teaches us that control over our thoughts is in our hands. When you make decisions with conviction, you take control of your life and its outcomes. How will you gain respect by overcoming this habit? People will respect you for your self-confidence and ability to make clear decisions. You will become a true leader, someone whose decisions are marked by clarity and firmness. You will gain self-respect because you will know that whatever decision you make, it is the right one, which will enhance your self-esteem. By overcoming indecisiveness and lack of confidence, you can reshape your life. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true leadership depends on self-confidence, courage, and firm decisions. Do not be hesitant in making your decisions. Make firm decisions based on your values and principles, and take courageous actions. By following Stoic philosophy, you will become a confident and steadfast leader who earns true respect and trust. Habit number 6. Dwelling on the past or worrying about the future, embracing the power of the present. Stoicism teaches us that the present is the only time we have control over. A person who knows how to make the most of the present opportunities will find success and respect on their path. Dwelling on the mistakes of the past or worrying about the uncertainties of the future only drains our energy and time. When you learn to make the right decisions in the present moment, true peace and success will follow in your life. Why is this habit harmful? Dwelling on past regrets or worrying about the future creates mental complexity and pulls you away from the present. Thinking about past mistakes or sorrow repeatedly only hinders your progress. Similarly, worrying about the unknown future causes anxiety and prevents you from taking full advantage of the present opportunities. Stoicism teaches us that the past cannot be changed, and the future is uncertain. The only time we truly control is the present moment. This moment is where we can make decisions that will shape a more successful and fulfilling life. How to overcome this habit, according to Stoicism. 1. Focus on the present moment. Keep your attention fixed on the present. Do not allow yourself to be distracted by past regrets or future worries. What you are doing right now is the most important thing in your life. Respect it and make the most of it. 2. Let go of past regrets or sorrow. There is nothing to gain from dwelling on past events or mistakes, as they cannot be changed. Learn from them, but do not remain stuck in them. Focus your energy on the present and take action to improve today. 3. Stop worrying about the uncertainties of the future. The future is never certain, and worrying about it only wastes your current energy. If you make the right decisions today, you will naturally create the future you desire. So, stop stressing over the future and focus on what you can do today. A valuable Stoic quote to remember. The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today. Seneca. This teaches us that focusing too much on the past or future prevents us from fully appreciating the present moment. What matters most is the present moment, where we can take action. How will you gain respect by overcoming this habit? People will respect you for your ability to focus on the present and make the most of the opportunities at hand. Your confidence will increase because you will know that you are using the present moment wisely, and you are on the right path. You will be seen as someone calm, steady, and confident, someone who accepts each moment of life with full awareness. The more you dwell on the past or worry about the future, the more you miss the opportunities of today. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true success and peace come when we focus on the present and make the most of the time we have. Wasting time on the past or worrying about the uncertain future only diminishes our present life. Embrace the power of the present and make the most of it. Stoic philosophy teaches us that the present moment is the key to a fulfilling and successful life, and that is where we should focus our energy. Respect can never be demanded. To earn true respect, you must first change your mindset and behavior. Follow Stoic philosophy and eliminate toxic habits such as blaming others, being a slave to your emotions, indulging in gossip, chasing external praise, indecisiveness, and worrying about the past or future. By doing so, you'll not only gain respect but also find true peace in life. If you want to follow this philosophy, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share your thoughts in the comments. Peace and respect will come your way.